Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class. Have you heard about National Bravery Awards? The National Bravery Awards are a set of awards given annually by the Government of India and the Indian Council for Child Welfare to around 25 children, usually below the age of 16, for honoring their outstanding acts of bravery and also as an inspiration to the other children of the nation. So it consists of 5 categories. It consists of the Bharat Award, the Geeta Chopra Award, the Sanjay Chopra Award, the Bapu Gaidani Award and the General National Bravery Awards. And it has got an interesting story to it. Our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, was watching a show at the famous Ramlila grounds, Delhi, on October 2nd, 1957. And during the show, due to a short circuit, a decorated tent caught on fire and there was a 14-year-old boy there, Harish Chandra Mehta, who was serving as a scout. He saw this and he immediately sprang into action. He cut through the tent with his knife and saved the lives of other people who were trapped inside. This moved the Prime Minister and it led him to propose the idea of honoring the brave children across the country. And thus the National Bravery Awards was established. You see this picture here, the children here, who are they? These are the brave hearts who won the National Bravery Awards 2019. So today we are going to learn about one such brave hero in the chapter 4 of our English reader. So the chapter 4, An Officer and a Gentleman, is the biography of the hero, an Indian Army officer, Colonel Vasant Venugopal, who sacrificed his life for the country. This was written by his wife Subhashini Vasant in cooperation with the writer Veena Prasad, and this narrative chronicles the military journey of Colonel Vasant Venugopal. Right from his childhood, Colonel Vasant Venugopal loved reading war stories and he loved sketching soldiers and army weapons. He had such great respect for the uniform that he always saluted whenever he saw a policeman or a guard on duty. After completing his training at the Indian Military Academy in Dehradun, he served the army for 18 years. He was a true leader and he always led from the front and was a role model to his team. Even in his last operation, he made sure that all the 8 terrorists got killed before he succumbed to his bullet injury. So let's read the story of this hero. All of you please take your English reader, turn to page number 46. Let's read the biography. Colonel Vasant Venugopal was born on 25 March 1967 to Prabhula and N.K. Venugopal in Bengaluru, India. He was the younger of the 2 brothers. His father's work required the family to travel throughout Karnataka. Thus the family moved to Udupi, Shimoga and Bengaluru. So Colonel Vasant Venugopal started his life in Bengaluru with his parents Prafula and N.K. Venugopal and his 2 brothers. He was born as the youngest of the 3 children in the family. So due to the nature of his father's work, they had to shift places. So they have lived in Udupi, Shimoga and Bengaluru. Colonel Vasant's school notebooks were always filled with detailed drawings of battle tanks and uniformed soldiers. He loved reading war stories and was fascinated with armored tanks and weaponry. Such was his reverence for the uniform that even as a child, he never failed to salute a policeman or a guard on duty. So Colonel Vasant showed his passion right from the childhood. He was always fascinated with the army. He loved reading war stories and he loved making detailed drawings of soldiers and different army weapons. And he had such great respect for the uniform, he always saluted a policeman or a guard on duty. In college, he joined the National Cadet Corps and participated in the Indo-Canada World Youth Exchange Program in 1986-87. So Colonel Vasant was a bright student as well as an excellent athlete. So when he joined college, he also joined the National Cadet Corps or the NCC. NCC is the Youth Development Movement of the Armed Forces, and it's a tri-force organization consisting of the Army, the Navy and the Air Force. Students of schools and colleges can join the NCC on a voluntary basis, and they'll be given basic military training in small arms and parades. The NCC aims at grooming the youth of the country into disciplined and patriotic citizens. It's also mentioned that Colonel Vasant participated in the Indo-Canada World Youth Exchange Program in 1986 and 87. So youth exchange programs are organized by various organizations in which a student is given an opportunity to go to a different country, learn a new language and culture, and this will help them better equipped to face the worldly challenges. So they become truly global citizens. This helped in polishing his skills and his passion. Here you can see a parade of the NCC. Here you see the word cadet. Cadet means a young trainee undergoing military training. And the word here, it's read as Corps. It means a main subdivision of the army. Colonel Vasant joined the Indian Military Academy in Dehradun in 1988. On 10 June 1989, he was commissioned into the Maratha Light Infantry. In a military career spanning 18 years, he served in Pathankot, Sikkim, Gandhinagar, Ranchi, Bengaluru and various sectors of Jammu and Kashmir. Colonel Vasant joined the Indian Military Academy or IMA in Dehradun in 1988. Here you can see a picture of IMA in Dehradun, and it is situated at the foothills of the Himalayas. So this is the place where remarkable officers and soldiers get trained to become astonishing legends. Here is the place where the military is trained and the defenses are gained. On 10th June 1989, he was commissioned into the Maratha Light Infantry. Here you can see a picture of the Maratha Light Infantry. Infantry means foot soldiers, and light infantry means certain types of foot soldiers who use lighter equipment or weapons. The Maratha army was originally founded by the great His Highness Chhatrapati Shivaji, and the Maratha Light Infantry is one of the oldest light infantries of the Indian Army. So on 10th June 1989, he was appointed as an officer for the Maratha Light Infantry, where he continued to serve the army, and he has also served in Pathankot, Sikkim, Gandhinagar, Ranchi, Bengaluru and various sectors of Jammu and Kashmir. "I go where my men go" was the motto of this brave officer. He always led from the front and would be with his troops even in the face of great danger. Yet this daring officer was at heart a man of peace who enjoyed simple things of life. He craved for the most mundane of activities that everyone takes for granted: ordering a pizza, eating hot chocolate fudge, and drinking filter coffee. A brave officer who always took care of his team. He was always enthusiastic and dependable. He was always a role model to his team members. Though a daring officer, a brave heart, he always loved the simple things of life, like ordering a pizza, eating hot chocolate fudge, and drinking filter coffee. He loved to enjoy the moments of life. Colonel Vasant was a protector and creator and valued life in every form. This was evident from an incident that occurred in the mountains of Sikkim in the winter of 1993. During a routine patrol, Vasant and his team spotted some movement in the undergrowth below a cliff. They made their way carefully to the edge of the cliff, only to discover that it was a deer caught in a hunter's snare. None of the soldiers were ready to go down the steep slope to rescue the deer. But Vasant could not just walk away, and neither would he force his men to do what he himself was not prepared to do. So he made his way down the precarious slope, risking his life to set the animal free. It was a moment of great satisfaction to him. A true leader always has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of other fellow beings, not just humans, but life of every form. So, this is reflected in this paragraph. When he saw the poor deer trapped in the hunter's snare, he did not force his men to go down the precarious slope, to go down the dangerous slope to save it. Instead, he showed them a great example. He showed them that not just humans but all forms of life deserve to be taken care of, and he was happy that he could save one life. In 1997, Colonel Vasant was posted in Kashmir. He had read the history of Kashmir as a child, but was still not prepared for the conflicting emotions that hit him when he saw the situation firsthand. In a letter to his family, he described a typical counterinsurgency operation. And it read, "When I went knocking on doors in the village, I would first request the family to evacuate the building so that we could deal with the terrorist. The villager would watch with helplessness as his house got destroyed in the heavy gunfire, even if he managed to escape being killed. But what could we do? Our duty was laid out in simple terms to eliminate the terrorist. Later, along with my men, I would do my best with whatever resources I had to try and restore his property. Houses could be rebuilt, but the tragic part was the animal suffering. The nomadic villager values his livestock more than his life, but when he has to flee in a hurry, they can be the casualties. This is the saddest part, something I'll perhaps never get over." So Colonel Vasant had read about Kashmir in his early days. Kashmir, the paradise on earth. But when he was appointed there for some operation, he couldn't just contain the conflicting emotions when he saw the happenings around him. There were conflicts everywhere. So regarding a counter-insurgency operation, it means a military action against people fighting their own government. So regarding one such operation, he wrote to his family, and in this letter, he mentions about the condition of the plight of the poor villagers. There were terrorists who were hiding in the houses of these villagers. And as part of their duty, they had to go to these houses to kill the terrorist. First, the villagers would be evacuated. Then there would be heavy gunfire. In the process of getting rid of the terrorist, the houses would get destroyed. What would the poor villagers do? All their savings, all their belongings would get destroyed in the process. But the officers had no other choice. But with such an empathetic heart, Colonel Vasant couldn't just let it go like that. So after the terrorists were eliminated, he and his men would go to these villages, whatever the officers had with them. With the help of it, they will help rebuild the houses for the villages. But then we saw in an incident in the winter of 1993, we saw how he was ready to go down a steep slope to save the life of a deer. So to such a person, seeing the casualties, seeing the poor animals, the poor livestock of the villagers getting killed in the process of eliminating the terrorist, it was something the officers or Colonel Vasant couldn't get over. It always wounded his heart. It was a wound that never healed. Throughout his 18 years as an officer in the Indian Army, Colonel Vasant stood by his beliefs and instilled his values in the men he commanded. Colonel Vasant always held on to his beliefs and values. And through his actions, he taught his team members these values. He made sure these values that these values get instilled in the minds of these men. In October 2006, he was appointed as the commanding officer of his regiment, 9 Maratha Light Infantry, the battalion or the regiment, which is a unit of the army. The battalion was posted in Jammu and Kashmir. His men quickly came to look upon him as a fair-minded officer, never one to lose his temper. In fact, the angrier he got, the quieter his voice grew. Quite surprisingly, this had a great disciplinary effect on his men than any amount of shouting might have had. It also earned him their unquestioning trust. The CEO's greatest reward came on a summer night in early 2007 when his troop emulated his values. Confidence and trust are two of the most expensive things in the world. It might take years to earn them, but a matter of seconds to destroy them. When you get shouted at by someone, it is this confidence and trust that gets destroyed. You lose the confidence and trust in the other person as well as in yourself. Colonel Vasant knew this and he always maintained his temper. He always kept his cool and he never shouted at his officers. And this way, he had an unquestioning trust from them. At the time, tensions were running high. Militants were crossing the border regularly. A recent gun battle had left a soldier dead. The Indian soldiers found a man hiding in the thick foliage. They did not set their guns blazing, but asked for his identity and then took him into custody. They found that he was an ex-militant who wanted to surrender as he was missing his family. This humane conduct by his troops was appreciated by the colonel. Colonel Vasant had taught his men to value life of all forms, to act humane to all life forms. So he was so proud of his team. Regarding one incident happened on a summer night in early 2007. So there was a battle going on and his soldiers found out a man hiding in the thick foliage. Foliage means a thick distribution of leaves and bushes. They saw a man hiding in the thick foliage and they could have started gunfire immediately. But instead, they asked him who he was and learned that he's an ex-militant hiding there because he was missing his family and he wanted to surrender. So at that point, instead of killing him, his men took him into custody. So in a note commending his men, he said, "Your humane attitude, coming barely 72 hours after gunning hardcore terrorists in the same area, is praiseworthy. You have not only proved yourselves to be warriors, you have proved yourselves to be gentlemen warriors." So following this incident, he praised his men in a note that even after long hours of hardcore gunfiring, even if they could kill the ex-militant, they did not do so and they showed him kindness and humanity. So this was praised by the colonel. In such difficult times, Colonel Vasant did everything to uphold the team morale. After another successful operation, he wrote in praise of his men, "With my own eyes, I saw your indomitable courage and aggressive spirit during combat, and I felt proud to be a part of you." Colonel Vasant was one officer who always praised and appreciated his men regarding their valor and the indomitable courage. Indomitable means something that cannot be defeated. And he always did everything to keep them cool and keep up their confidence and cheerfulness. On 31 July, his troops surrounded terrorists in a forest, blocking their escape routes in the Uri sector in Kashmir. Again, the daring officer led from the front and helped gun down the terrorists. Tragically, he was hit by a bullet and he passed away at the hospital. He was one officer who always led from the front. He never forced his men. Instead, he led them through his actions. He always showed them examples through his actions. So, on the 31st of July 2007, a fight with the terrorists is going on. There were infiltrators or intruders trying to escape through routes in the Uri sector of Kashmir. As always, Colonel Vasant led from the front and helped his men track down these terrorists and made sure they got killed. But in a tragic accident, he got hit by a bullet and he passed away at the hospital. He ensured that all 8 infiltrators were wiped out even as he laid down his life for the nation. He he was a true soldier who was dedicated to the country and his force. Then Chief of Army Staff General J.J. Singh said after Colonel Vasant's martyrdom, "Martyr is someone who sacrifices his life, who chooses death for something he believes in." And then Chief of Army Staff General J.J. Singh remembered that Colonel Vasant was a true soldier, not just dedicated to the country but to his force as well. Even in his last military operation, he led from the front and made sure all the terrorists got eliminated before he succumbed to his bullet wound. In honor of his sacrifice, the nation awarded him the Ashok Chakra, the highest gallantry award granted during peacetime. Peacetime means when a country is not in war, it's called peacetime. So after the martyrdom or after the death of Colonel Vasant Venugopal, he was awarded Ashok Chakra, the highest gallantry award in peacetime. You can see his wife Subhashti Vasant receiving the Ashok Chakra from the then President of India, Pratibha Patil. You can see that towards the right of the page. Colonel Vasant was cremated with full military honors on 1 August 2007 in Bangalore. What a hero. Children, I hope his story is an inspiration to you all. You can see certain pictures of his life in page number 49 and 50 of your textbook. I want you all to go through this biography again and again and get inspired. As an activity for the day, I suggest you to the official website of the Indian Army. Here you have the website address and you can browse through the website, and especially in the tab Media, please click on the Media tab and you can see the photo gallery, video gallery and various such options. I suggest you click on the video gallery and you can see a video there. It's called Do or Die Confidence Training. See the intensive training that these officers have to undergo to become astonishing legends, to become remarkable officers. I also suggest you to watch any video of the Indian Military Academy Passing Out Parade. You can watch the video from YouTube, but make sure when you're browsing online, you have your parents with you. And in page number 45 of the textbook, you can see a heading Do and Learn. The first question is to find out information about the various gallantry awards, and there are 3 mentioned there: the Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra and Ashok Chakra. Get to know about these gallantry awards and you please make a note, a small note. A paragraph is enough. You also have to insert a picture. Get a picture of each of these awards and you have to make a note. Just a paragraph will be enough. Make a note on each of these awards and you have to write that in your notebook. There is one more part to that question. How are gallantry awards different from civilian awards? You have to find out the difference as well and write that in your notebook. The second question, do you know who has written Vande Mataram, the national song of our country? Learn to sing it. You find out the answer and please note it down in your notebook. Then the next one, a true Satyagrahi. Do you know what a charkha is? Find out from the internet why the charkha was important to the Indian independence movement and why Gandhiji encouraged its use. You can see the picture of a charkha in the same page. Get to know what a charkha is and how is it related to Gandhiji and why he always encouraged to use it. You also make a note of it and you have to write down in your notebook. Once you're done with all these activities, please do take a picture and send us through Teams. So that's all for today, children. We'll meet in the next class. Until then, bye.